All right, guys. All right. I'm gonna need you to tell me if this is working now. I don't know why I keep having tech problems. I can see the YouTube stream on my end, but I don't know if you guys can see it. So that is a little concerning. Let me just see if I can fix it. If not, we'll just have to go ahead with only Twitch today. I see. Okay, so if I make this public, maybe I just had it in private mode. Yeah, guys, Elite Cup is starting. So we can't fully spectate the qualifier, but what I think we should do is kind of hop around and see some different people's point of views on their streams. They're playing the track China in the first one. So this is one of the official campaign tracks. And that's really the big change for this year's esports cycle, is that they are playing the campaign tracks. So we can quickly check the leaderboard on this and see some runs, and then I think we browse Twitch and find whoever's doing the best and who, you know, is on the cutoff for making Div 1. There's going to be a lot of good players playing. People are saying YouTube chat is working. That is the greatest news to hear. So current public world record is by Grenadi, a 1:05.15. They bug slide! Oh! Oh! Yeah, so up until now, guys, people have been driving on the outside. But the bug slide is faster. Okay, that's interesting. Ice slide up the hill. Cool, cool. So this is probably the strategy everyone's been hoarding throughout the week. Other than that, no sliding on that platform with icy tires looks pretty difficult. Although, clearly what you want to be doing. And then, do they go around on the outside? They do. No slide down here, perhaps? No, not necessary. Okay. And then we have the identity, guys. The identity is the main obstacle on the track. And this one is brought back from, 4 years ago. It's called Picycle originally. They played it in 2021, 2022. And now it's making its return at the end of the track. So first they have to get top 64 qualifier, and then they have to play this 39 rounds in a row. We have had so many signings. D Hobbs D, thank you for gifting 10 subs. I appreciate that a lot. We're gonna quickly check some streamer points of view now, guys, to see who's getting along the best. So let's check in with Scrappy first, the knockout god, and see how he is doing. He's 21st with a 1:05.96. So under 1:06 already pretty much guaranteed necessary. But look at this list, guys. This gets me nostalgic for early days, couple of days. Pack playing, Mime playing, Gwen playing, Mutta playing, Masa, Chalich, Epos Granati, Uffy, Nyko. Like, this list is stacked. Carl Jr., I think, is playing this tournament too. So, really, really stacked stuff. Scrappy, even, full tryhard, no inputs shown. He typically has the input display on, but now you can't see it. So, Scrappy's saying he's screwed. What about Spam? Spam playing too? Oh, Spam with a good PB. 17th right now. Perhaps already enough to qualify. Has Pac, has his team been announced yet? He's still driving with the Solar Ikara skin. Perhaps no announcement yet. No sound. Oh, sorry. That's I'll fix. I will fix. I don't think it's been announced. Rumors. Okay, well, rumors could be anything, guys. I'm not gonna speculate. Oh, a little bit of lag, but it looks all right. No. Okay, Pac aware of the bug slide too. So here's the thing, right? 39 rounds in a row. Are you going to be able to do the bug slide? Is an immediate question you should ask yourself. Alcon is doing it now in qualifier, but it looked very precise to do. Because if you don't get the right exit from it, it's not faster. Like, the record without bug slide was a 0.40 by Rotaker. And okay, sure, Granati did a 0.1, so it saves a bit. Maybe it's like a Hail Mary strategy, but then again, when are you ever losing that much time early in the map? Ooh, that's clean. Alright, this is a good run by Pack, I think. Probably close to the no-cut record, the no bug slide record. Yeah, it was 0.40 by Rotaker, and this is a 0.48, 11th. Okay. So he's just gonna find his flow, I think, in the quali. Let's see if Granati's doing the bug slide. Oh, he's going no cam? Okay. It looks like he just got a run because the text appeared. Yeah, he is doing the bug slide. Bro, what is that haircut? Yeah, no, my barber cut it perhaps a little short, but it feels fresh. Look at this! Is he doing it every round? Like, why else, right? If you look at the... okay, the server splits are maybe not that good to judge, but 0.3 ahead of his closest opponent there. Dr. Phantom, thank you for the 2 months. I mean, with a time like... oh, Pustito Paco with a 08, by the way. With a time like this for Granati, he's basically already safe. What is the difference between Cup of the Week and Cup of the Day? Cup of the Week is played on known tracks. Like, they knew that this would happen on Valentine's Day already 3 weeks ago. So they have rigorously studied this track to get the best pace they can. Only top 64 make it to Division 1. And in Cup of the Week, instead of about a 22 round, 23 round knockout, they play 39 rounds, and only the slowest 2 go out every round from the start. So it's a lot more intense, it's a bigger endurance test, and ultimately the stakes are higher for the players, as whoever does the best in this tournament circuit of Elite Cups throughout the spring and the summer will qualify to the Esport World Cup, where they play for huge prize pools. So that is what it's at stake for the players here. In Cup of the Day, I mean, you basically just play for fun, but you're seeing different energy from the streamers, I think, today. Like, no inputs, no cam, no talking. This means a lot, you know? This means a lot to the players. Where is Carl? That is a great question. I mean, is he streaming his point of view? Because I, on a quick scan, couldn't see it. So maybe he's not streaming. Also, forgive my voice, guys, if it's breaking up a bit. I am feeling a bit sick. Wow. Mura's heart rate in the qualifier, 118. He's currently 20th, okay. Oh, Open Planet banned, so no one has inputs for a recent. That makes sense. I have a input display that's outside Open Planet, but the players don't, so it makes sense they don't use it. Yeah, Mudda can be on like world record pace on World of Wampus and have 70 heart rate, you know? Here he is really stressed, guys. But he's doing great, so I mean, I guess he's just pumping adrenaline right now. But yeah, like, it's such a big opportunity for the players, of course. That's why they're feeling it. Hope Alcon gets far? Yeah, I mean, like I said at the beginning, we're really gonna see who made the best signing. There are so many new orgs, like Mime is playing for Navi, Alcon is playing for Nemesis, which I think he did last season too. Epos is now playing for Team Liquid. Who else did we see get signed? Carl and Spam for Falcons. Pack unknown at the moment. Mudda's org also unknown. Bren playing for Twisted Minds. Probably a few more I'm misremembering. Also, yeah, Gwen is playing for All Gamers Global and Binks as well. We can quickly check out Scrappy again to see if he has gotten a better time. Whoa, look at the leaderboard. Scrappy 42nd with a 0.6. It's jet lag announced, guys. If you haven't heard the news about jet lag. I don't have any signed players this season. Scrappy not doing the bug slide, I see. Who's your favorite? Here's the thing, I think if Scrappy makes it, he has a very good chance. But honestly, I'd say Pac, Glenn, or Carl are the favorites that stand out to me in a format like this. Bren as well, Grenadi as well. I'm not sure with Mutta if 39 rounds is something that suits him or not, but yeah, the usual names. Grenadi bug slide genuinely looked consistent. I think the thing for Grenadi is that this bug slide, guys, just on visual, it's not a bug slide where you hold full steer. I almost certain of that. It's a bug slide where you smooth steer in the middle of it, like a half bug slide, because it's such a long turn at low speed, and that really suits steering wheel. I'm gonna quickly check if we can get the results on Trackmania IO already. No, it doesn't have the leaderboard. Oh, it does. Okay, so current leaderboard, guys, the knockout time is... Wow, 64th has a 0.8. Are there any favorites that are outside? Yannick's barely outside. Anyone else? Maybe Jan could... Jan is very good, so... Soppy as well, I'm noticing. Scun there, barely outside the top 64. Yami as well. Carl, the 2006 world champion. Let me refresh. Now 64th is a 82. Oh my god, yeah. They're gonna push this to like a 0.7. It does seem like Scrappy is gonna be safe though. But very, very close. Virtual, why aren't you competing? Because realistically, while it's fun to compete, this is a different league, bro. This is a different league. Maybe if I have a very good day, I'd make the quali, but I'd rather be casting. Bren like 20th, yeah. I wouldn't read too much into the qualifier results themselves on who's gonna take this one. But what I would say is you should notice who is like consistent without the bug slide. Grenadi supposedly 30 hours playtime on the map. Wow. That's insane. Do you guys have game sound? Yes, we don't have audio on the streams because the streamers are listening to copyrighted music. But as soon as the qualifier finishes, we'll have game sound for you guys on YouTube. Can you compete without an org? Yes, I believe you can. We are at least seeing players like Scrappy compete without an org. Oh, Neon in the top 10 as well. Can you spectate? Yeah, I've been whitelisted to spectate and cast, so we'll follow all the action from round 1 to round 39. I guess we could soon take a look at the world record as well before the match starts. Soldier there as well, keyboard, okay. Some old school players coming back. I think he's right. Pac just said that he doesn't see anyone under 105.3 doing the normal strat. And I think that's correct. Point 4 already looked very strong. Didn't think this would be such a huge deal. No, for these players, guys, it really is. Like, of course, you could look at esport earnings, right? And whoever wins this tournament circuit and the esport World Cup basically jumps up to all-time rank 1 earnings in Trackmania competitions. There have never been tournaments at this scale. Like, if you do well in this one tournament circuit, it could be better than like 6 years of continuous tournament winnings. It's unbelievable for the players. So that's why they all are locked in. We have 1 minute left of the quali. Let's quickly check the leaderboard one last time. See if anyone can do a hero run here. They have to start their last lap now. And currently 64th is a 0.79 by Auris. Vortex right now in the hot seat, 1/100th away from qualifying. Avon as well might not make it in. That would be very unfortunate for Avon. Came back to the game recently. We also have a Swede and a Norwegian on a couple of positions behind. It looks like Scrappy is fine. Looks like Spam is fine. Let's do a refresh now. Like 40 seconds left. No changes as far as I can tell. Same person in 64th. Yonex 07 perhaps. Yeah. Alright, and one more refresh. Someone jumped up. Someone jumped up into the safe positions. Auris now in 65th. Are they done? It's over. The quali is over. We heard the trophy. Auris got sniped last second. I don't know who it was, but okay. Guys, couple of things. I'm going to quickly need to restart my game so that I boot without Open Planet active. Else I get yelled at by the admins. Then we can watch the current record. And then we jump into the cup server and spectate. All right? Good plan, good plan. 21 French players in the top 64, really, yeah. Now, France has always been the country with the most players playing comps. Alright. So here... So the word on the street is that the bug slide saves 0.3. However, because it is the first thing that they do in the track, it's like... Would you really go for it? Would you really go for it? Posito Paco and Granati look comfortable though. Did I get Division 1? I just joined. I'm not playing, so yes, I can spectate the entire Div 1. Did Alcon grind offline? They all did. They absolutely all did. The leaderboard on the map is cooked because everybody just set a time. Low line there is nice. Auto slide uphill. Air brake to set up this one. I like it. Lots of speed. Uphill is super long, so that does pay off. Granny not doing low jump is interesting, yeah. I mean, we're gonna see people slide off the end of this booster, guys. That's a really dangerous spot. If you go too fast onto the boosters and you fall too far back, then you're just out. But the more of the booster you get, the faster. That's something we've known for a very long time, so... Let's join the server and see who wins the first ever Cup of the Week. Wait, what? This was unforeseen. Oh, hang on. I think there's a good save for this. Ah. There is indeed a good save, guys. 1 second. I've gotten a direct join link as well, which hopefully overwrites too many players. Too many players. Okay, Lars is having the same problem. The casters are soft locked and I probably cannot do anything about it, guys. I just wanted to watch the world record. Opa. We will see. Kick 64th, yes, no chances anyways. That would be not ideal. We'll see if they can fix it, guys. Give it a second. Oh, we have a link. Perfect. You know what it is? We tried to join as players, not spectators. The game differs on these two things. So here we are, guys, on the server in the no knockout round. This is without a doubt, the most stacked knockout I've ever seen. There are so many unbelievably good players. Like, think about this as like, basically every Trackmania Super Grandmaster is in this lobby. I don't know if I can think of players that aren't playing. Well, that maybe. Maybe someone like Hobbit, you know, could do well, but isn't here. But it seems out of the people that care for this tournament, yeah, it's a lot of Super Grandmasters. Oh, music's loud. I'll fix. Okay. No knockout round is over, guys. It's starting. Someone who has practiced for many hours and had a goal of winning this first knockout tournament will be eliminated first round. That's just the way it is. It cannot, like, not everyone can make it through the round, right? 2 players go out every round to begin with. And then someone was AFK. Otak AFK. Because his computer crashed? Yeah, Otak is out. They cannot do anything about that now. And he is absolutely one of the favorites. Absolutely one of the favorites. That is very, very unfortunate. But the race goes on. Oh, someone slid out on the ice. Who was it? Worker and Vinch. And Charles as well. Charles with the least speed of the 3 down into last. Vinch though with an awkward line, and it's a race, guys. Bah. Vinch with another mistake. It's still not over. Because the ice at the end, if someone respawns there, they could still be saved. I think most people in the top are gonna take it rather chill here. Demoralizing to enter the boosters with everyone else facing the other way already. Charles makes it. And on to the last one. They all make it. And Vinch is out together with Otak from the disconnect. Very unfortunate. Such an unfortunate start. Imagine collisions in the identity. Yeah, I imagine. Super unfortunate for Otak though. Hopefully we won't have too much of that. Otak will definitely qualify. I mean, we can put it like this. Everybody's top 8 results count out of the 10 tournaments they play. They play 1 tournament every 2 weeks. And the top 8 performances from each player count. Otak will have 8 great performances. I don't doubt that at all. So, unfortunate that he kind of has to burn one of his jokers on this. Oh, it's top 5. It's the top 5 out of the ones. Okay, sorry. Top 5 ones, yeah. Still unfortunate he has to burn one of his jokers on this, but he will still do great. Alcon, the only player doing the bug slide, by the way. What a Chad. Oh, someone with a big mistake. Nico and Dionysus with big mistakes. And Charles again. Oh, Jadon with the respawn. Everybody a little bit shaky now. Jadon with a lot of speed here is gonna overtake and catch 1 position, but he still needs 1 more to make it into the clear. And that is Nico up ahead. The air brake is good. Into the auto slide. Good speed down the hill. But 1 second is a lot to try to gain in just straight lines on ice, so is maybe depending on someone respawning to make it through. Nico almost off the edge, but he's fine. And the last booster. Nope, everybody seems... Wait a second, Spark is respawned. And Jadon is safe. Guys, we are really not expecting a lot of respawns as people find their comfort now. So surviving with like a +4, +5 is... That's quite lucky. Because we won't be seeing these mistakes as soon as they get comfortable. Let's spectate Alcon. Is he gonna do it again? Sorry about the lag here. Is Alcon gonna go for the bug slide again? This line right here, he is. So he seems to be doing it every time. And okay, with this line, he didn't gain much with it. But the fact that it can gain makes it such a good strategy if you're comfortable doing it every time. We have two W players and someone slid out on the ice. Javso. The only one to make a mistake in that portion is very likely out at this point. What about the others? Ender fighting for survival with Stuft's teammate in the same clan, but look at this. W in the bottom 4 positions so far in the race. Nightack hitting the wall there. Low speed into the boosters. Might be last at the exit because he doesn't have the speed here. And is in the red now. 0.2 to catch. Goes wide on the booster. Tries to get a lot of speed, but it's too far. Everyone else made it, and this was a really good round. Nightack Javso out. Very close, guys. Very close. Is the bitrate low? It's just the amount of cars, yeah. There are so many cars that it's a little bit laggy to spectate, but it will get better with more rounds played. I'm really curious. I mean, the bug slide is such an Alcon strategy. I'm just curious. It's 39 rounds of bug sliding. How on earth is he meant to do that every time? For now, it's fine. For now, it's fine. But do we really believe he's gonna get it 39 for 39? Ender with a mistake. Going a bit low and getting a wheel clip there. And look how close it is, guys. So many players within a second again. Spam trailing as well. 1 spot from elimination right now. Can any of the 2 French players overtake on the boosters? Here we go. Some people on the left, some people on the right. You want to get as much speed as possible. But Spam has it pretty well, and he's played this identity when it first was in use in 2022, so 2021. So he knows how to do the bicycle boosters, and he is in. But yeah, look at the top. 0.6 to 0.9. The entire field. Where's Carl Jr.? Is he not playing? Someone said he was 20th earlier. Yeah, he is playing. We can take a look. He's not streaming his point of view, though. But here is Carl Jr. Not doing the bug slide. Who would have thought? Yeah, Carl is just gonna cruise at Carl speeds for a long time, I think. Not expecting him to do anything too fancy. But we are already seeing the field stretch out 1 second between everybody. Once again, look at this, like, wave of cars, though. Whenever you spectate Cup of the Day, it never looks this fluid. But here you have, like, trained lines. It's actually really, really cool. Satisfying to watch. Lingo in trouble with feed. Oh, Lingo hit the wall. Lingo probably not going to make it out of this round, but Feed trying his best to stay in the white. Gets decent speed. Ender perhaps a bit more, but too far for Ender as well. Ender and Lingo out, and Alcon with a 0.3. I think it's a good strategy for Alcon because he can beat people late and the distribution of points is extremely top heavy. Yeah, I can maybe pull up the article to show you guys. The Trackmania Elite Cup points. Why is it frozen, by the way? Okay, we're fine. Let's quickly check if Alcon survives the start of the round. He does. With... Oh! Okay. I can't believe he actually made that, but he's probably seen enough outcomes from the bug slide that he knows how to adapt. That was very high nose up, though. Oppa J Swag is backwards on the ice with a mistake. Basti down there as well. Not over for Bestie. J-Swag, I think, is almost certainly out. Magorian into the wall. Neon and Neil with low speed as well. Very low in the leaderboards now for a lot of the Polish players. Neil into the wall! That is the worst place to crash probably, because you don't have any speed onto the first booster, so you just bleed more and more time. And no one is gonna wanna go too far on the boosters here. No one's gonna wanna risk. Neil out together with J-Swag. We saw Lingo crash there go out. We saw Neil crash there go out. Guys, here is the point distribution very quickly. What you're looking at is the rank they get and the circuit points they get. So, yeah, you need to go, like, even if you get, you know, 16th, it's not that different from getting 8th place. Even getting 30th is not that different from 8th place. You want to push for top 5s, and that's why maybe the bug slide from Elcon is a good strategy in this format. Here, he's turning back on the game, and he's 0.3 ahead of everybody. So, it's extremely top-heavy, because you want to excel. 64th closer to 8th than 8th to 1st, yep. But I quite like that. You know, you want to see people push. It is maybe not, you know, technically fair. Like, you could say, if you get 64th every time and won first place, it beats someone who averages, like, 9th place, I think. But you really get to see people full send. Melio in red. This is a very close round, guys. Anyone could go out here because it's so close. Who is it gonna be? Oh my god, by 200ths, Bestie is out. 200ths, apart from Noisia, who saves himself, and Feed with a big mistake there is out. Big crash. Elcon 0.15. Yeah. We gotta witness it one more time. One more time. He's done it 8 times in a row already. Oh, mistake from Charles, I think, on that first part. Like, he's not even struggling, you know? That's the crazy thing. Charles indeed with a mistake. Area as well. Onto the ice now. Maybe one small mistake like that is fine, but you cannot have it bleed into further mistakes. Good line by Charles, not sliding, catching up to area. Touches the snow a bit though, not gonna be that fast into the drift. And is alone in last. Quite the gap now, but he's closing it. In the drop down, dare to go full speed, nobody crashing the outside wall. And onto the boosters. With a close gap like this, anything can happen. Charles very low speed on the first. That tends to be bad. Someone has face planted. That was Jan. Jan probably out. And who's gonna be on the end? Flimsy and Jan both going out here. 106 high right now being the knockout pace. And quite a lot of players in that, like, 106 high, 106 mid range. Please go to cam 7 ones of the boosters. Yeah, we can try. When we have a close field, that might be a better view. You are right. Oh, someone with a no drift at the start. Rotaker. One of the favorites. Elcon has missed his bug slide. Elcon has missed the bug slide and is down close to last with Grenadi as well. Oh, Grenadi went so close to that wall. Already knows he has to send it. This is very high intensity for 2 of the favorites. I'd even say 3. Rotaker, one of the favorites as well. Purple with a slow ice slide. Someone slid out. Pack has slid out on the ice. Oppa. Oppa. Pack with such a big mistake. +10. Definitely one of the favorites to win, but looking unlikely now. The others are just trying to save. The gap is too big here for Purple to do anything. Even if you barely touch the start of the booster, it's gonna be enough. So purple and pack out. That is very unfortunate. Yeah, this was really, really tense, really interesting. Someone has to be the first favorite to get knocked out, but there is some consolation for Pac now in that he could survive another 30 rounds and basically get the same score. But of course, heartbreak. I don't want to, like, what do you say? I don't want to rub it in, but just want to see the mistake happen here. Yeah, released accelerate at the wrong time, I think, and got the slide out. But you hate to see it. Unfortunate for Pac. We go into the next round. Alcon has landed the bug slide. Carl Jr. in last with Postito Paco. Oh lord. Reigning world champion in last round behind his coach Spam in the race. Low ice slide line. Not gonna have a lot of speed from this, guys. Carl has, it looks like, overtaking people, but he's actually 0.4 behind. Melio with a mistake though. Melio is gonna get caught up to here. And perhaps Dog as well, but Carl needs a fantastic end. He needs to overtake 2 players to remain in the Elite Cup. Good landing there, gets closer to Melio, has to full send the boosters, is gonna go all the way. That might not do it. That might not do it. Someone face planted. Zerar out. Carl has caught 1 car. Does he have the speed though to stay ahead of Melio? Oh my lord. Carl in by 0.05 of a second. Okay. Okay. Zerar there, the saving grace for Carl Jr. That was a close call. Yeah, Zerar, icy tires in that last part. It's a bit hard to control. Rossi looked a bit awkward there, very wide. Alcon again bug sliding. Lands it. Fun to see. And yeah, it was Rossi with that awkward line. Together with Azion. Let's try some cinematic cam here. Area with a slide out on the ice. Rossi in second last as well. Let's jump on board with the player in the hot seat, Azion. Currently 1/10 ahead. Bit wide here though, but he wants to make sure he preserves 4th gear for the downhill. If you lose it there, I think it's very awkward to drive. Goes up high, but now Rossi has overtaken Area out of the fight. And Azion needs some time. Roadtaker hit the inside. Roadtaker landed on the road border on the inside. And now does not have the speed. It might be Roadtaker out. Yeah. Too far, I think. Unfortunate for Roadtaker. Really, really good on the map. But he landed with a tire on this, which always gives you a slowdown. Show the bug slide cinematic. You got it, you got it. Next round. Alright. Josh and Dog with a wall hit. Alcon. Noom. That's a bit hard to see, but he did gain with that. Stretched out field now. Dog trying to catch up to Mobby. Seems to be the battle to take a look at. Again, out in the caster cam. You want to go a bit wide for this bug slide. It looks like they're... ice slide, sorry. Looks like they're using too much space. But speed up the wall is so important. Josh in a lot of trouble, yeah. Just 1 second of a mistake here seems to be enough to have you knocked out, because it really is a consistent map for the pros. And this is something they talked about, right? When this map pack came out, like... It only works to put campaign tracks as the competitive tracks if they are difficult enough. Oh! Oh! Does he get sniped? He takes it back, he takes it back. No, that's actually crazy. Mobby went off the booster, but his tires still have the booster effect. So they boost him back onto the booster and he gets the entire thing again. Like, there's like a lingering booster effect on your tires a little bit after you leave it, so he could get pulled back onto it. That was very close. That was very close for Mobby. Mogging his opponent there. Moggy instead of Mobby. Very cool. Alright. Spam with a slower start. Magorian, the slowest. 2 Polish players, bottom 2. No ability to adjust your line, really. No ability to release. We've seen players go wrong with that. Mobby! Off the wall. And Scrappy, uh-oh. This is bad for several reasons. He doesn't have 4th gear. So Magorian should overtake. And now Scrappy needs to find something in the ending. It's 0.2. That looks like too much. That looks like too much already for Scrappy. Crashing there on the snow in the uphill. Not ideal. Look how far it is to the next car. He has to get past 1. And I don't think he's gonna cut it. Not gonna cut it. Scrappy out in 39th. Only 1 second of a mistake. Enough for elimination at this point. Unfortunate, unfortunate. One of the favorites in any knockout format. But we've seen it almost go wrong for Carl Jr., almost go wrong for Granati, and now it did go wrong for Scrappy. Did go wrong for Roadtaker. Like, did go wrong for Pack. I mean, you can be incredible at knockout formats, Alcon! Say it ain't so! Oh, say it ain't so. 1 second of a mistake. Clip the inside after 14 consecutive bug slides. Uppa! That's a big gap. Everyone who didn't go for the bug slide now is gonna feel very good about their choice if Alcon goes out. And where is he gonna make the time difference here? Really? That was not a good line either. 1.3 though, he is catching. Yakosto is his next target, but this is where you kind of run out of ability to gain more time. Once you reach the boosters, there's really not much more to be done. He does pass Yakosto. Can he see a mistake up ahead to get him into safety? He needs to pass either Magorian or Charles on the last boosters. They're both ahead, as you can see. He does have quite a lot of speed into the last turnaround. Will someone go off the side, perhaps? Here comes Magorian! Alcon is safe! He went for a tighter turnaround on the last one, and it was enough. It was enough to stay in. Wow. Now that's gamer from Alcon. He lost 1.3 seconds on the start, and then he kept that difference all the way to the end. He didn't lose any further time from that point. And we do have content. It's always content with Alcons in the round. What a comeback to stay in the rounds. That was really cool. He was 1.5 behind at one point. Oh, I didn't see that, yeah. Oh, that was a touch on the wall before the slide. Postito Paco. Doesn't have 4th gear either, so has to go for the inside line. This is really unfortunate. Ozion with a mistake. Neon with a mistake. Big crashes. Big crashes here. And maybe Postito Paco will be fine now. How are they gonna make that gap? They'll have to do something similar to Alcon, but this is a lot tougher of a position to be in. I respect Alcon more than everyone else. He always goes for the best strategies and tries to be the fastest every round. In any competitive scene, if you are not willing to trade and use the best strategies, you might as well never compete. That is a take. That is certainly a take. I wouldn't say it's a good take, but... This is the kind of strategy that makes you bet on green every time in roulette because it has the highest payout. Sure, it's a bit of a low probability, but it has a giga payout. Bet on green every time. What are you, a coward? I do respect Alcon though, because it's such a... Like, what Alcon is doing is such a bad strategy for a knockout format that you can only applaud the... like, the chadness of actually doing it. It is, I think, objectively a bad strategy when one mistake equals out. But he doesn't care. He just thinks it's cooler, I think. There is some audacity in playing this way. So, you gotta respect it. Huso and Noisia in a tough spot. Whenever Alcon hits the bug slide, he is actually a lot safer than the others. Because he can... Oh, Worker! One of the players who came back to competitive recently, down in last. Alcon can afford to lose that 0.2 he gains by driving safer lines afterwards, what I want to say. Into the boosters we go. 0.9 between everybody, the closest it's ever been onto the boosters. Last turnaround now. We can follow the race. Bottom two go out. Worker and Chalich looks to be the last two. And it is indeed 1:15 and 1:18 behind, but the times are getting faster. And we have made it to top 32. Worker back to 9 to 5:07. Very, very funny comment. Very funny. Very funny. Are you gonna say, man, Noisia back to being silent after he gets eliminated? Are you gonna are you gonna say, man, Mime back to the streets of Paris after he, like, there are so many bad puns, you know? There are so many bad puns. Let's just enjoy the racing. Legu and Huso, bottom two before the ice slide. Now it's Chemko and Huso. The two Turkish players, we're seeing a lot of matched national performances. Like, in the rounds where the Polish were last, there were a lot of them, and now two Turkish players near the bottom. Oh, Huso, another touch. That one is gonna be the one that seals the deal, I think. What about Legu? Will you have any saviors? After the first two... Oh, Tween is quite slow into the turnaround. Hold up. Hold up. Is it gonna hold for Tween? It does hold. Tween with a mistake on the booster there, but it is enough. Legu back to building with bricks? Honestly awful. Honestly awful. Terrible. Any favorites who are we rooting for? You should probably root for Alcon here, Carlberg, because Alcon is the only player doing this strategy, the bug slide on the start. And it gains about 0.2 when he does it well. Giga Chad strategy. You have Carl Jr. playing, Gwen playing, Binks playing, Mime. You have Massa, Grenadi, Mudda. I mean, the list goes on. There are so many favorites. Appboss is playing. Can we spectate Brand? Sure, take a look. Brand has kind of been just near the top, so that's why we haven't been able to see a lot of his driving so far. I'm a little bit... there's a little bit of lost potential in that Brand's club tag isn't TM. It's Twist for Twisted Minds. Because it could have been TM, Brand TM. Mime and Charles now in the bottom two. Spam struggling for survival. Mime gets a lot of that booster, but Spam holds on. Mime knocked out in 29th. Charles as well in 30th. Mime one of the favorites. But if you look at the list now, it's quite the field that you have to beat to remain in the competition. If you watch a bit of Trackmania, Couple of Days, or esports otherwise, you might have heard of every single player on this list. There are no surprises here, perhaps only Noisia being a player that has come up recently. Appos with a mistake. Oppa. Appos 1 second behind when his closest opponent is 7/10 ahead. First proper stress moment here for Appos. One of the favorites. But really, what does he do? At this point, the best run he can do is something like a 106.6? But he needs to see some mistakes because everyone else is driving like 106 flat pace right now. No mistakes. Snow, Tween, Jadon, Elcon now actually in the battle for survival. Nobody's crashed. Nobody's really slipped up at all. Tween losing a bit of speed there. Snow overtakes. Tween in the red before the boosters. Not the fastest turnaround here. Losing time to Snow. Last turnaround still in the red. Everybody makes it. And wow, Tween Appos the knockouts this round. Tween Appos the knockouts. I'm sure they knew it going into this match that it would be really close, but it's quite insane to watch just how like punishing it is. You make a mistake like that, you are very likely eliminated. Are we gonna see anyone else change to the bug slide strategy when we get further? We saw Granati be very consistent at it in the quali, but has not wanted to switch back to that strategy afterwards. Noisia now dead last. Bren as well. Close to elimination here. Into the checkpoint, he is last, but he does have good speed and a good setup into the drift. Keeps fourth, I think. No, doesn't. Hill didn't keep it either. Yeah, Bren in the orange. Hill with more speed onto the boosters. Bren is going to be in the red. Gets quite an early turnaround there. Less speed than Hill. Back in the red he goes. Can he clutch it up in the last one? That looks good. Where is Hill? Hill right next to him. And Bren gets knocked out by 1/100th of a second. 8,000ths to be exact. Bren and Noisia out. Hill clutching up to keep his spot in the competition. Can we watch Mutta? I feel like anyone I spectate, I soon curse thereafter, so I don't want to curse my former jet lag players. Elcon! No! Wait, he's fine. Oh, he landed so sideways, but there's been a mistake from Rossi, and he still has a fighting chance here against Coco, Spam, and perhaps Hill himself. We will see. Good ice slide there from Elcon. Strong part. Good no slide. Good auto slide up the hill. Spam now. Falling further into the red. What a drift from Hill, but he does lost the gear and therefore a lot of speed. Someone else, I think, lost speed with Hill? That was Chemko. Chemko into the red. The turnaround. Good enough for Hill. Is he gonna be orange twice in a row here? Chemko very far on the booster, but not fast enough to overtake Hill. Is Chemko someone known? Only name I don't recognize. He's a very good Trackmania United player. Has a lot of world records on Coast there. And boots up Trackmania 2020 when there's competitions like this happening. Very good player. When I did the Mufat video a couple years ago, Granati thought that Mufat was Chemko because he was one of the only really strong Turkish players at the time. So he's been good for a very long time. Alright, who to spectate? Maybe we can spectate Gwen for a bit. We haven't seen... Wait, Elcon? Whenever you don't see Elcon in first after the bug slide, something has gone wrong. Snow is behind him, and he could catch one spot. Doesn't get that good of an airtime reduction over the hill. And now Elcon in a very tough position. Good speed after the ice, very low, and look at the amount of time he catches up to Nico. Cannot afford to lose the gear. He stays in fourth, does what he needs to keep a fighting chance, but Nico is not making it easy for him here. It has to be settled on the boosters once again. Is this going to be where Alcon goes out? Or is he gonna snipe another round? Like he did last time when he failed. Still in the red before the last booster turnaround. Early. Wizzy. No, Alcon is last. And Alcon out after 22 consecutive bug slides. He gets eliminated. The format is soon gonna change, guys, just so you know. We are soon going from 2 knockouts down to 1. That'll happen with 16 players left. He did just enough to about win a normal cup of the day, but this is like twice as long, so... Yeah, it's such an endurance match. Like, they make it look automatic, but... Try to imagine driving 39 runs in a row on this, and if any run is slower than 106.5, you're probably going out. In positions where you score essentially the same points. It's like being a darts player and you have to hit the exact target every time. You deviate a bit, you're out. Hill here, fighting so hard for a spot in the match. Many times now he's been down in the red. Can he do it again in the ending? And yeah, if you've played this map in the official campaign, you know how difficult it is as well. Hill passes 1. It's not over for him. Is past Glost, but that is the only player he overtakes. Hill out now with Glost. And we enter top 18. The last double knockout round now. Someone said Hill is now back to flat. Hill is back to being flat. Very funny. Very funny. Another banger. Hill back to hiking. Okay. Alright. Oh, what a landing from Wosal. That was so close to the wall. Spam with a mistake. 0.8 behind. And it's only Coco there with him. The others are all within 0.2. A very good start by the entire field. And Mudda losing a little bit throughout the ice, but good speed there. And Coco is giving himself a chance. Oh, double crash with Wosal. But both of them just kept going. They knew this crash, guys. That's crazy. The sync on that. They've seen that before and just hold right and it works out. 0.1 favor of Coco now. Will he keep it in the last one? Wosal diagonal. It's not looking too good. Coco eliminates Wosal and Spam. 106.6, yeah. It is getting very fast. And Coach Spam is out. Spam back in the can. Spam going to the junk folder. Okay. Alright. Alright. Creative. 1 elimination per round now, guys. That's good from Spam. Like, I mean, I don't know if Spam is... like, if his goal is to try to qualify for the Esport World Cup, or if he's just playing because he has the baseline knowledge on the map already. That might just be it. But great performance for the coach. Oh, he wants to go to ENC, I see, okay. I see. Yeah, now it's a lot more tense. Stuffed, you cannot afford that in the single elimination round. Binks maybe makes it a bit interesting here, but by the looks of it, it's already too far. Soldier! Soldier! Someone said Soldier going back to the war before he even crashed. That is unbelievable. Soldier back to being a boy. You guys are too funny. You should be streamers, chat. Too many bangers. Alright, lots of tricky names if you're gonna try to get a pun for everybody. That was a bad start from someone. Well, Coco in red, I'm not sure who had the awkward line. Good airtime reduction though. Uffy as well in a lot of danger. Uffy always shows up in formats like this. If you remember Red Bull Faster, top 8 there. Qualified through a similar knockout match. That one though with 3 hearts and lives, but now in the red, 0.2 behind. And the gap remains. Nobody messing up that corner, and at this point we've seen basically, with only a few hundredths difference, the players tend to keep their positions. So 0.2, 0.4 is a lot to ask for, and Uffy is gonna be out. Really good at this format, but not enough. Uffy had enoughy? A feeder sen? A feeder sen? Nah, that's terrible. There's always someone. There's always someone that's able to make me crack up. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's so funny, like, you guys are not even watching the race. You see this player be half a second behind you, you're like, okay, how can I, Coco? Man, Coco going back to being a nut. You know? Like, if Cow going back to eating grass. Watch the race, bro. Watch the race first before you guys spam the chat, please. Alright. Still one ice part to go, guys. Carl Jr. max safing, I think. And now Carl is just safing. The gap is so much. He's not stressing. Alright, now you can roll with your puns, guys. Cocoa back to the powder. It's Coke over. Coke over. Okay. Top 13. Top 13, we're starting out. Nobody remains that is doing the bug slide, and I don't think anyone will change their strategy yet. Maybe in the top 5 rounds is where it could start to pay off, but for now, we're still gonna see some tiny mistakes, guys. Still some tiny mistakes before the ice. Carl Jr. Not making the ice slide, same as Pack. Nobody was ready with a pun yet, because nobody thought Carl Jr. would go out at this point. And we will see. That is a bit of a surprise. Carl Jr. back to Solary. That's the best one yet. A lot of junior senior ones, but Carl going back to Solary is quite funny. GG for Carl. Yeah, one mistake. One mistake, all it takes. Other than that, it looks like pace now is 106.2. It used to be 106.6. Heave with a awkward drift there. The gap is gonna be about half a second to the leader, but of course many players still in the running, and if one of them slips up, like we saw with Carl, Another player's on the ice. Something like that happens. He's gonna be alright. Already Leicester and Stiff's losing a bit of time. Leicester going very wide there. And suddenly Heave has rejoined the others. Look at that line from Wizzy, by the way. The only, like, difference I've seen, I thought Pusito Paco was gonna hit the wall, but he survived, although he did lose a bit of speed. Again, very close for Paco. Last booster now, Leicester. Entering in the red. The others still ahead. Heave low speed. Leicester is gonna get very close. Last turnaround. Heave versus Leicester, I think it's gonna be. But Leicester remains last. 106.07. Insane round. Doesn't Leicester mean last in German? It means last, right? Yep. The puns write themselves. Someone with an inside line, not sure who. Paco because he hit the wall. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is a big ask. 0.75 to catch. It's almost like the others are gonna be able to safe this through. If it was a little bit less, he could make some people a bit nervous, but I don't think so. I don't think so. We'll see. He would need a lot of speed onto the boosters, but the others have it too. And unfortunately, looks very likely that he's out. A valiant effort to come back, but yeah. Crashing the downhill, too much time lost. Postito packing his bags, okay. He pushed it too far. They're getting worse, and they're worse to the point where they're not like good, they're just, these ones were bad. We gotta step it up or we gotta cut it off, you know? Either one. Either one, guys. Moda! But Heave makes a mistake. Okay, we have a 1 versus 1. Straight up. The others are too far, I think. Heave versus Moda. Cinema. Let the battle begin. Equal on the jump. Nico! What's that about? Is it a disconnect? Or was it a crash? I couldn't tell. I think it was just a crash and a respawn. Never mind the 1 versus 1 duel. Yeah, this is too much. Too much time. Kupva, thank you for the 22 months. The cinema screening was cancelled for now, yeah. But we are in the top 10, guys. Like, there's a lot of points. There's a lot of points to be scored now. So, basically up until the top 10 round, it was pretty much whatever position you got. Didn't really matter too much. So now, 10th place here, Nico gets 92 points. Then it's 96 for 9th, 100 for 8th. And then 7th place is already 200 points, guys. So I'll keep you guys updated. Whoever goes out now scores 96 points in the circuit. Winner gets 1,000 in the match total. So this is where it really ramps up. Stoofed! Up. Not over yet, but a touch on the outside. Jumps very far there. Late release. Okay. Gwen with the clear best start here. It's been so consistent. We did call him one of the favorites. And he is picking up the pace now up front. Something we also have to take a look at. Not just who's going out each round, but who's actually looking likely to win. If you're now driving the fastest runs consistently, you clearly stand out. Stufts maybe has a chance here. 600s behind Wizzy before the boosters. That is not settled. First booster turnaround in favor of Wizzy, I think. Yeah, 900th gap. Has more speed though and does make it rather close, but Wissy eliminates Stuffed. 0.6 by Mutta, the winning time. What position did Carl get? He got... 13th. Unlucky 13. Top 8. 100 points for whoever ends up 8th. Granati still not changing over to the other strategy yet. Both Gwen and Binks are in, both Granati and Massa. Playing for the same orgs. And after the ice slide, it's hard to tell who's last. I think it's actually Binks. It's changing constantly. Now it's Jadon clearly. Alright, on board with Jadon. Massa pushing the drift. Knows he's close to being eliminated. Gets a good down and uphill and entry into the dirt. Jadon losing further. Guys, Jadon seems to be J-done. One more turn to go. Jade off, not Jade on. Okay. Hilarious. We're all hilarious. We are all hilarious. Top 8 though, 100 points. Next player gets 200. Next after, 300. 5th place, 400. 4th place, 500 points. 3rd is 600. 2nd place, 700 points. And 1st place, 1000. Here we go. Very important now. Every detail matters. Onto the outside. Looks like all of them get it pretty damn good. But it's Heathen last. Ooh. Massa and Binks, it looked like pushing the drift to the limit. Heave on the limit on the dirt entry, but gets so much speed onto the ice now. Good line. And this is a really sick round. Nobody has made any mistakes, really. Just tiny differences. Oh, Heave losing here, though, in the dirt. Oh, Wissy had to release there. Had to release. But decided to full send it. And eats the wall. And he was gonna feel very relieved when he looks at the splits, because he messed up his own line there and thought it was over. And then saw the crash. So it's gonna be Wissy out here. I want to quickly check what Mutta's heart rate is. Mutta, the only player, I think, playing with a heart rate monitor. Top 6, it's at 140. 141 heart rate. Dunk, 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 dunk. That is fast. That is a fast heart rate. The stress is probably equal for all the others too, but that gives us some insight, right? Like, these are tense rounds. So next player out now gets 300 points, guys. And this is all about how you handle the nerves. There's been a mistake. There's been 2. Massa and Heave have both failed. Heave, though, the worst of the 2. Worst mistake of the 2, I should say. But look at the comeback. Okay, he makes it interesting. Not the most speed onto the booster, unfortunately. Late 5th gear and a steeper climb angle. He's gonna slide more. That loses time. Oppa! Double crash, had to risk it, knew it as well. But unfortunately that has him eliminated in 6th. Pressure was too heavy for him. Too heavy? Absolutely terrible. Alright. Top 5. Mutta, Gwen, Granati, Binks, Massa. One of them is gonna win the first ever Cup of the Week Elite Cup and get 1,000 points on the circuit, and Massa is changing his strategy. in the top 5. He's trying to gain that little bit extra to avoid elimination. But it's actually a bit of a slower start than the others, who all went normal. Okay, I respect the decision. This is when he can score points. And he did land it. So, he did land the strat, it just was a little bit slower. Now, can he make the comeback? Against Binks, Gwen, Mudda, and Grenadi. Very tough comeback to have to make. On the dirt, he's losing a little bit up the hill. The others are within a 10th. Look at this race, guys. Is anyone gonna make a mistake on the drop down? Everybody makes it past the wall, and look at that speed from Gwen. Turnaround, it's 0.3. Massa goes for an inside turnaround, but has lost time to the others in it. And is eliminated here. But this is what we're gonna start to see, the mind games, you know? When do you change strat? He tried. He tried. Alright. Is Grenadi gonna use the strategy or not? No? No bug slide. Grenadi, perhaps the other player who could be using it, but decides against it. And so we have a very close race. 0.1 between everybody. Who dares to go the closest here? Everybody leaving a safety margin. Nobody wanting to go out with a touch. Rather want to go out on pace. Grenadi with the best part through the ice there up in first, but here come the others. They're 400s apart as we go into the drift on the downhill. Grenadi with the least speed though, but could set up more to the right and perhaps gain a little bit back. Gwen lower speed, and that carries for a long time. That carries all the way to the booster. Gwen pushing the landing to make sure he doesn't fall too far behind, and he's equal to Mudda. To the 1000th as they do the first turnaround. That one significantly better for Mudda, who has made a 0.1 gap. Down to Gwen, the last booster turnaround. Gwen goes all the way for the speed, but it's too far to catch up to Mudda. And Gwen is eliminated in 4th. Insane round. Insane round for that to be the elimination time. 0.9. Actually 0.7 was the elimination time. Grenadi, Binks, Mudda. If Mudda's heart rate at top 6 was 140, it's gotta be a lot higher now. But what a god. I questioned whether 39 rounds of knockouts was gonna suit him, but his consistency has been insane. Like, I don't think we've seen him even close to last, so... Incredible stuff from Mudda. Grenadi, of course, we knew would perform. And Binks, perhaps the one surprise here in the top 3. Of course, really fast, but one of his, biggest hurdles in competitive has been consistency. Now look at him go. He is ahead, but that's a bit low speed into the climb. Mudda catches up, and Grenadi loses a little bit of time. Too sharp of an angle, has to brake tap. And into the drift, loses the gear. That's crucial. At this level, that's not a mistake you can afford. It's now 3/10 to the others roundabouts. He does get a very good downhill from the dirt and decent speed, but he needs to gain a 10th in the last turnarounds. Can he do it? Goes early. Mudda comes back with more speed. Binks as well. It's more than a 10th now. It's 2/10. And Grenadi on the last turnaround is not going to gain enough. Grenadi out. Still scoring 600 points there in the circuit. A real good performance. Mudda versus Binks, the final. Get some cinemas in the chat. Get some cinemas in the chat. We're gonna have a first Elite Cup champion. Is it gonna be Binks on keyboard or Mudda on steering wheel? Any bug slides? No bug slide. Outside dirt, good for Mudda. Good drift setup for Binks though. Dares! Oh my god, if he got any airtime on the uphill, he would jump into the wall on the side. Controls it. Low onto the ice from both. Close to the wall here. Binks going very close. That's a good line, I think. Has to let off early, though. And Mudda has more speed. Up on the climb. Mudda gets a lot more speed. He's gonna get 2/10 from this. But misses the angle a bit, and Binks this close. Misses the drift a bit, too. Binks is within reach here. It's all on the dirt exit, I think. Is where it'll be decided. Binks with more speed. This... No, he lands a bit poorly. It's so close. Oh, you couldn't ask for a closer round. 200s apart. turning around on the other side from one another. Mutta with the better first turnaround. Binks coming back. Maybe he can do something on the last booster. Mutta has this one under control. And Mutta wins the first ever Cup of the Week, Elite Cup, and scores 1,000 circuit points. Shaky last round from them. We gotta get a heart rate check here, guys. Heart rate check for Mutta. Like, I'm guessing 160. I'm guessing 160. Like the relief now, probably around 160. He's cooling down though. He's cooling down with GG's. GG to Mutta winning. Let's see last round real quick from his point of view. Everybody has of course been practicing so much, but to be the guy who gets that first place text on your screen after all that practice has to be relieving. Can't ask for a better result. Of course, a lot of tournaments to go, but what a start for Mutta. The stream is just perma-loading. I wanted to watch the last round, but it's perma-loading. Maybe too many people clicking on the stream at one point. Guys, man, it makes me so happy to see Mutta do well, but it also hurts to know we could have had jet lag winning the first Elite Cup. Damn, you know? Like, yeah, of course, all the love for Mutta and the fact that they're playing for these big teams, incredible to see, but whew. 07 jet lag. 07 jet lag. YouTube bot? Oh, he's streaming on YouTube too, thank you. Good call. Let me find it. Yeah, I don't know why Twitch is so slow. Yeah, YouTube insta-loaded. Alright, here's last round for Mutta. Wait, we can get audio on both here. Audio on both Twitch and YouTube. Okay, we have it. So many tabs, but we have it. Last round. Point of view. Wait. 130 as he enters the round. Sees 01 on his car, gets a good drift. Still sees 01. The only place I thought he was getting a bit nervous was after the wall. So this next line here, I think, is pure nerves. Had to adapt and get back on trajectory. Here as well, I think now heart rate higher because he missed the line a bit. Also dropped to third gear, which isn't ideal, it's okay. And then we gotta see the winning moment. Sees 02 before the booster, only sees 01 now. $150.
Not bad, huh? Not bad.
Not bad, he says.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's alright. That's alright.
That was a scary last round.
I suppose it wasn't too
very
bad.
Shaky. That's how you get it done.
Yeah, I mean, you know, good result. Guess I'll sleep soon. I'm a bit tired. It's like 3 AM Australia.
Whew.
Fun from Mutta.
Well, that's a very, very good...
Who does he play for now? Not announced yet. Not announced yet. We will see. PAX org is still not announced, and Mutta's org is still not announced. So we'll see. We'll see what people say. Guys, I know you're gonna be disappointed with this. I know you're gonna be disappointed, but I don't know if you can tell. My voice is shattered. I'm still a bit sick. I'm probably gonna call it a day already, rather than pushing my voice and breaking my vocal cords and then being AFK for another 3-4 days. I'm just gonna rest up, and then I think I'll hopefully be good enough to stream tomorrow again. I want to remind you guys though, tomorrow is the weekly grand race that's free to play. I'll be playing it. I got third last week. I enjoyed this one a lot. There's also new weekly shorts, which we'll be checking out. Couple today, some other video stuff we could do and have fun. But I hope you guys understand. I'm trying, but it's hard, you know. It's hard to know if you should like. I think in general, it's never a good idea to push your body if it's telling you we should rest. So I will rest. Thank you all for watching. I'm gonna send a raid over to someone else who's playing Trackmania, and yeah, I'm back tomorrow. The weekly granders is at 5 p.m. so live roundabouts the same time. Let's raid over to Mudda, guys. Hope you guys have a happy Valentine's too. Alright, we're raiding Mudda. Take care, friends. Take care. If you have no one as your Valentine, I'd happily be your Valentine. Lots of love to you guys. Thank you for watching the stream. Appreciate you guys' support. Take care. Bye-bye, friends. It's a bad heart, but bye-bye. Take care.